In the busy city of Ibadan, where gossip travels faster than danfo buses, there lived a girl everyone thought they knew, but nobody really did. Her name was Morenike Adeyemi. Morenike lived many lives, and she lived every single one of them through her weeks. Every morning before the sun fully rose over Ibadan, she stood before her mirror, studying herself like an actress about to step on stage. The room was quiet, but the wigs were not. They sat neatly arranged, each one holding a personality, a mood, a destiny. There was the long bone straight wig that spoke confidence and money, the coily bob that laughed loudly and attracted attention, the soft natural wig that whispered humility and grace. Morenike did not just wear hair, she wore identities. Once a wig touched her head, her shoulders changed, her walk changed, even her voice followed suit. On Mondays, she was Morenike Adeyemi, the girl everyone assumed came from wealth. The straight wig flowed down her back like authority itself, shining under the sun as she boarded buses and walked through school corridors. People made space for her without realizing why. Bus conductors softened their voice when they spoke to her. Classmates watched her from a distance, convinced her life was filled with air-conditioned rooms and foreign accents. Morenike never corrected them. She simply adjusted her wig and smiled. On other days, she became Kike Glow. With a short coily bob framing her face, she laughed louder, walked faster, and moved as though invisible cameras followed her everywhere. Phones came out when she passed. Whispers followed her step. Even her reflection in glass windows looked like someone else entirely. Then there were days she chose calm over fire, slipping into a modest wig that made her look gentle and approachable. On those days, people trusted her easily, confided in her, praised her character without knowing it was all part of a carefully managed performance. Morenike mastered the art of becoming whoever the day demanded. She learned how the world treated you based on how you appeared in it, and she adapted with skill and confidence. No one ever questioned her consistency because, to them, she had none. She was always changing, and change, she discovered, was powerful. Until Thursday evening, the bus was crowded and hot, filled with tired bodies and impatient. Morenike wore a bold afro wig that day, the one that announced fearlessness before she even spoke. Sweat clung to skin, tempers flared, and the conductor shouted destination with a cracked voice. Somewhere in the chaos stood a small boy named Sola, curious and restless. His eyes locked onto Morenike's hair as it bounced gently with the movement of the bus. To him, it looked playful, almost alive. Before anyone could react, small fingers reached out. The pull was sudden. Time froze. The wig lifted off her head, floating for a brief cruel second before landing on the dusty bus floor. Silence swallowed the bus whole. Conversations died mid-sentence. Eyes widened, breath caught. What stood revealed was not what anyone expected, not the flawless image they had constructed in their mind. Just Morenike, bare, real, unprotected. Gaps erupted like fireworks. Someone laughed nervously. Another person whispered loudly. The driver almost missed a turn. In that moment, Morenike felt every identity she had ever worn crumbled at once. Her heart raced. Her face burned, and 1,000 thoughts fought for attention inside her mind. Run, cry, pretend it was intentional, disappear. Slowly she bent down, picked up the wig, and placed it back on her head with steady hands. Then she stood tall, her voice calm, her eyes unshaken. "It's called versatility," she said. Laughter filled the bus, followed by murmurs and shaking heads. By the time Morenike stepped down at her stop, the story had already begun its journey throughout the city. By nightfall, it had grown wings. By morning, it had transformed into gossip, jokes, voice notes, and animated clips shared across phones. She became the girl with many heads, the girl who changed like season, the girl whose truth was accidentally revealed. That night, Morenike sat alone in her room staring at her reflection. The weeks lay before her like silent witnesses. For the first time, she questioned the reason she hid so well behind them. Was it fear? Was it survival? Or was it simply the freedom of choosing who she wanted to be in a world that judged too quickly? The next day, she stepped out without a wig. People stared. Some didn't recognize her at first. Others did and looked surprised. Morenike met their gaze with a calm smile, her back straight, her confidence untouched. For once, there was no performance to maintain, no character to protect. She was just herself, and that felt powerful in a way no wig ever had. Because in a world where everyone wears something to be accepted, Morenike learned that the bravest thing you can do is decide when to take it off. The end.